Manshi Gandhi, and today we are going to talk about social issues and environment. So, what are the social issues and how environment is related to those social issues? So, we live in natural as well as social world. So, we have environment around us and we also have constructed a society around us. Development cannot be only of rich, nor it means only high living standard. So it's not about high living standard. Development should not be economic only. It should be a holistic approach. So overall, everything should be developed, and we are not only talking about the financial thing. We are not just talking about resources, but it should be overall development of each and every one. So does development lead to environmental problems? Yes. So whenever we are trying to upgrade ourselves or to develop ourselves, that may lead to environmental problems. Yes. Social aspects, development and environment have a strong relationship. Development aims at improving global economy and standards of living, yet to environmental degradation. Major factor is unsustainable resources use and unsustainable growth practice. So whenever the development is happening which is unsustainable, means that it is not going to be for a longer period of time. Sustainable development means you are going to conserve the resources for the future generation also. You are utilizing the resources but also keeping in mind that these resources are also to be utilized for the next generation. So saving the resources for the next generation and doing that kind of development is known as sustainable development, and it is also an holistic approach where we think of others also. So current status, until now development has been human oriented. So we only think about ourselves and we develop ourselves. We have touched greatest heights of scientific and technological development at what cost? Everyone talks and walks sustainably. So everyone knows that we should save resources for our future generation. Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, United Nations Conference on Environmental Degradation and Development. Many programs have been initiated and Agenda 21 proposed. So there were agendas of 2021 till 2021. We'll all move towards sustainable development. So there are many programs and many social structures or many communities which have decided for sustainable development. But is sustainable development actually happening? Are we conserving resources for our next generation? That is also very doubtful, right? Key aspects of sustainable development: intergeneration equity. Stop overuse. So if you are overutilizing resources, if you need one bucket of water to bath, you need one bucket. Because we need luxury, we need bathtub and we need shower, we use maximum amount of water just to enjoy the luxury. Reduce impacts, maintain ecological balance, hand over a safe, healthy and resourceful environment to our future generation. So the materials which you are using in constructing buildings, roads and bridges, those should have a very low impact to the environment. The degradation of environment should be done in a lower impact. Intra-generation equity. Minimize the gap between the nations. The borders which we have created between the nations, we have to remove that and help each other for sustainable development. Support economic growth of poorer countries, provide technological help, whatever they might need to save their resources, they should be provided. Suppose dam is used to conserve water. So if poorer countries are not able to build a dam, one should provide money to them to build dams. Okay, so measures of sustainable development: use appropriate technology, design appropriately, use 3 approach: reduce, reuse and recycle. We all know this approach. What is reduce? Reduction of resources. Use minimum resources. Reuse, if you are utilizing those resources, make sure that you are utilizing it again and again, right? For example, reduction of resources, we have one example: rather than using plastic bag, use cloth bag, right? That will lesser the plastic in environment. Okay, reuse. Reuse means rather than using plastic bottles, use glass bottles. So you are not utilizing it and throwing it. And glass bottle can be utilized again and again. So that is reutilization of resource, recycle. So all the waste which we have dumped can be collected, and one can make things out of it. Right? For example, Levi's is a jeans company. It collects the tins like the Pepsi and Coca-Cola tins and then recycle it to make pants out of it. So they are recycling from one product to another product, right? So they are making new product out of the waste. So promoting environmental awareness and education, resource utilization as per carrying capacity, improving quality of life, including social, cultural and economic dimension. So sustainable development is improving life standard but also thinking about the conservation of resources, right? One should be educated what is sustainable development and aware, right? So Indian scenario, we have tremendous population and natural diversity, makes planning and sustainability all the more important but complex. National Council of Environmental Planning and Coordination set up in 1972. Ministry of Environment and Forest set up in 1985 has formulated guidelines keeping in view sustainable development. So there is an organization which does environmental planning and coordination, and they also think about sustainable development. There are organizations in India which are looking into it. Now, what are the social issues related to environment? One is we need to move from unsustainable to sustainable development. That was the first social issue which we need to do. Then there are urban problems related to energy. Water conservation is one of the social issue. Resettlement and rehabilitation issue, climate change, global warming, acid rain and ozone layer depletion, nuclear accident and Holocaust, wasteland reclamation, consumerism and waste product. So all these issues are because of the unsustainable development. If we do sustainable development, these issues can be reduced. So there are problems related to energy, right? Residential and commercial lighting, malls, offices, hotels, they are very much energy demanding. So if you are creating commercial buildings and malls and office, they require more energy. Private and public transport require more energy. Modern lifestyle, electronic gadgets require more energy. Industries, more energy. Waste disposal, they will degrade the environment. Prevention and control of population. So these are all energy demanding activities because of the unsustainable development, right? Because we have developed one part of our country, the urban areas are developed and rural areas are not developed. So that results into unequal distribution of energy. So that is injustice. So we can see there are power cuts in rural areas. So when we go to villages, there will be power cuts. But in urban areas, there are no power cuts. So there is unequal distribution of energy. So some part of the city will require more energy and some part of the city will require less energy. So if some states are more developed, they will demand more energy. Overall, all the society suffers, economic development is hampered. So because of the unequal distribution, right, unequal sustainable development, everyone is suffering, right? Mumbai will require more energy, land resources is less in Mumbai because population has increased. They will demand more water, so the nearby water resources will get depleted faster. Right, so they have to demand energy from other states, they have to demand water from other states. So those are unequal distribution. So if we develop this society in such a way where there is equal distribution of resources, then the problems will be lessened. So water conservation. So for moving ourselves from unsustainable to sustainable development, one needs to save water. So water is very important. Majority of water resources are polluted heavily. Its amount is limited for use, so conservation is extremely important. Water conservation refers to reducing the usage of water and recycling of waste for water for different purposes such as cleaning, manufacturing and agriculture and irrigation. So water is very much important, and we need to conserve water because it has to be used in different activities, right? In our day-to-day activities, domestic activities, in manufacturing, agriculture, everywhere we require water. So if we pollute the water, it will be a very, very big problem. So energy resource, one needs to conserve. First one is water. Some researchers have suggested that water conservation of efforts should be primarily directed at farmers in light of the fact that crop irrigation accounts for 70% of the world's fresh water use. Drip irrigation instead of sprinkle irrigation. Common strategies include public outreach campaigns, tiered water rates, or restrictions on outdoor water such as lawn watering and car washing. Hundreds of ways to conserve water. So I'll give you one simple example, right? If you get up early and if you have a lawn in your house, if you water it in the morning, the evaporation of water is lesser. So to properly water the lawn, we would require less water compared to when you are watering it in the afternoon, the water will evaporate faster. So it will demand more water in the afternoon. So it's better to water the lawn in the morning or in the evening so that the water is conserved. So these kind of activities will save water, right? So water your yard and outdoor plants early or late in the days to reduce evaporation. Use a shut-off nozzle in your house. Use plants that require less water. Use a low-flow shower head. Right, wash only fully loaded washing machine. Right, just if you have even 3 clothes and you are washing it in washing machine, it's a machine. It will have the same amount of water which it will have for 20 clothes, and for 3 clothes also it will have the same amount of water. So think about it and then utilize your resources. Turn off the sink faucet while scrubbing dishes and cloths. Right, use a broom, not a hose, to clean driveways and walkways. Put faucet aerators on the sink faucet. Install new toilets that use less water. Right, take shorter showers, 5 minutes or less is best. Turn off the water while soaping hand and brushing the teeth. Right, so these are some common activities which we do in our day-to-day life, and if we are more sensitive towards it, we can save a lot of amount of water. The new way of conservation is rainwater harvesting, right? So drought resistant gardens, water meter to record use, right? Make sure that you utilize water in a perfect way. Drip irrigation rather than sprinkle irrigation, that is more sustainable. Rainwater harvesting, we all know in urban areas the construction of house, footpaths and roads have left little exposed earth for water to soak in. In part of rural areas of India, flooded water quickly flows to the rivers, which then dry up soon after the rain stops. If this water can be held back and it can seep into the ground and recharge the groundwater supply. So what happens is that in rural areas the water flows through the nearby lake and rivers, it gets dried up. Instead of that, if the water is accumulated on the land, it will get inside the groundwater and it will refill the groundwater. This has been a very popular method for conservation of water, especially in urban areas. Rainwater harvesting essentially means collecting rainwater on the roofs of the building and storing it underground for later use. Not only does this recharging the arrest groundwater depletion, it also raises the declining water table and can help augment water supply. So rainwater harvesting is a very good method to conserve rainwater and to recharge the groundwater. Town planners and civic authorities in many cities in India are making rainwater harvesting compulsory in all new structure. No water or sewage connection should be given if a new building did not have provision for rainwater harvesting. A number of government buildings have been asked to go in for water harvesting in Delhi and other cities of India. Here you can see the process of how rainwater is collected. So it is shown, the figure is moving, so you need to understand, right? If you are not getting it, you can rewind the video and see it again. So first of all, what is happening, I will show it you show it to you through the first process. Rain water is coming, it is holding on in the roof, then there is pipelines which are collecting that water, right, and there are sediment filters which will filter the water, that will go to the collection tank, right, which is provided in the underground. After that, to utilize that water we will require pump, so that you can utilize in shower and in your taps, so there is a pump. So that is how the water gets inside the water in the house again. So rainwater, collection of the water, that water is moved, filtered, collected in the tank, then through a pump it is again moved inside the house for the usage, right. So basically there is one case study which we are also going to study. The area surrounding the river in Rajasthan is an example of proper water conservation. The site does not receive even half the rainfall received by Cherrapunji, but proper management and conservation have meant that more water is available than in Cherrapunji. So the water level in the river began declining due to extensive deforestation and agricultural activities along the banks, and by the 1980s a drought-like situation began to spread. Under the guidance of some NGO, the women living in the area were encouraged to take the initiative in building jodas around ponds and dams which holds back the rainwater. Gradually water began coming back as a proper method of conservation and harvesting rainwater were followed. The revival of the river has transformed the ecology of the place and the lives of people living along its bank. The relationship with their natural environment has been strengthened. So the river water was getting depleted. The females of their village decided that they should do something about it. So they constructed small ponds around it to conserve the rainwater, and that has been very helpful, and that has changed the whole ecology of that place. So that's a very nice thing to be happened. Water harvesting, a great success at Kalakund. So these are some examples which happened in India. So it is possible that we can collect rainwater and utilize it in a better way. For the first time in India, drought proofing rather than drought management was the focus of the state government. So you are drought proofing means that you are saving the water before the drought, right? Not managing the drought situation. So you are not taking water from other states, you are conserving the rainwater and helping the society. So for 2 years, the state government took up water conservation activities in the hope that monsoon this year would not be wasted even if it rained below the normal level. Kalakund village of Jhabu district in Madhya Pradesh spin out of the poverty cycle with the beginning of the rainy season this year. 4 days of rain filled up to the brim the long forgotten tank. Now almost the entire village is enriched by water overflowing from the tank. So they managed to save water. Crippled by the 2 consecutive droughts, when an NGO Action for Social Advancement offered to renovate the tank, it was hard for the resident to decide contribute 2% of the tank's renovation cost of rupees 3 lakh. The 3 meters of slit which has eroded from the surrounding hills was removed from the tank. This was used as manure in farm field and the tank was soon renovated. The decision paid with dividends and to change the lives of the villagers forever. According to Nana Vasna, the president of the Lift Irrigation Society formed to regulate water use in the village, there is enough water for the next 3 years. The stored water is enough to irrigate more than 61 hectares of land. The recharge well will be an additional resource. Now water is overflowing from the dam and residents are planning to revive a defunct lift irrigation point, as a result of which 3 villages will be irrigated. So this whole project led to save water for next 3 years. So these are some kind of water conservation projects which are happening in India and which are helping our society to do farming.